Hey guys, how's it going? I'm making this video because a lot of people have been saying they love the view on their way to my house, and some people from across the country said they would like to see what it's like to drive either to or from my house. So let me get my decrepit hands to work right, and we'll get on with the drive. Hopefully the camera stays somewhat stable for you guys. We'll see how it works out. Right now I'm in my driveway. I'm gonna back up real quick. Those trees in front, they're in the middle of my backyard, essentially. That's my neighbor's house. Clear. And that's my house. Can't see it so well because of the sand mound in front. But this is the route I take to pretty much go, well, almost anywhere. From right about here on for another 2 to 3 miles, you have to really watch out for deer. They like prancing across the street here. Mostly nighttime, early morning. Don't really have to worry about too much during the day, but you know, crazier things have happened. While you get to watch this video, I'll tell you the update on pretty much where I'm at. Since the last videos, a very long time ago, 8 months, moved back to Manchester where my dad was living, and then we started doing house shopping, and we landed on this house in Seven Valleys, and it had been vacant for a very long time, so we were able to negotiate a little bit and do a pretty good deal for both sides. Nothing too advantageous for either, but both walked away with smiles. And I've been slowly but surely getting the house to fit the needs for both Dad and I. As for personally, my hands are getting worse. I would say that I'd give myself another 6 months or so of driving before I have to hang my hat up on that, and hopefully another year at least that I can still walk. I'm starting to notice my right leg is kind of stuttering. They do have a word for it. I can't remember it, but it's essentially what happens is when you constrict one muscle, the other muscle that's opposite of it, so say like for the leg, if I try to move my leg forward in a walking motion, and you know how you use the quads to extend your leg out, the hamstring will tighten up as well. And that's just due to the nervous system being affected like that from ALS. And I would imagine it'll get worse and worse. To describe how it feels right now, it's kind of like having a bunch of rubber bands all over your legs, and when you direct your leg in a certain direction, it feels like those rubber bands want to pull you the opposite direction. So it makes it look like you're kind of stiff-legging it at times. But what can you do? So now we're coming up to Leader Heights exit. All I gotta do is make this turn here and go straight for a little bit, and I will have I-83 in front of me. Yeah, I'm noticing the magnet mount on my car is starting to get a little weak. I'm gonna have to do something to get it a little stronger. Oh, also, if I can ever get my buddy to, settle down enough for us to get stuff done that we're actually trying to, one of the things we want to do is kind of make cover songs. Now, neither one of us are anything close to professional. I'm going to try and dabble into the singing portion of the songs while he plays the guitar. I did buy a harmonica and a one of those neck holder thingamajiggers that you see some people use when they're playing two instruments. Problem is, I don't have a clue how to play a harmonica, and I'm slowly but surely trying to figure it out. I would say the hardest part of it is especially for someone with my skill level of, pretty much not knowing how to read music. I would say very limited music theory, and the fact that a harmonica isn't really set up the way I thought it would be. Now the one I have is a diatonic, I believe it's called, a blues harmonica, and each one has a different key that it uses. And right now I'm working with the one that has a key of C, but it has a weird setup. The way you use the key, or the harmonica, is you technically start at the 4th hole and you can go up to the 7th hole, and each way you blow or suck in, it gives you different notes. But then the 1 through 3 and then 8, 9, 10, they act differently. It's a really odd setup that I haven't really wrapped my head around. But I mean, there's people out there who sound amazing with it, can do some stuff on there that just defies what I understand. But even if not, even if it's just a guitar and me singing, or both of us singing, then once we get them uploaded, come on in and check them out, laugh at us if you want, whatever. But yeah, this is I-83 and it's unfinished state right now, and it's so bumpy it's throwing off the camera here. Eventually they'll get this paved and make it a little better for a little while, as PennDOT is so extremely efficient and amazing at whatever they do. I always wanted to know, for I don't know how long, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this, but I see a road crew, and it's not just PennDOT, but all over the U.S. I see a road crew come in, tear the road apart, repave it. It looks nice, feels nice when you drive on it. And it'd be good for about 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, they show up again and tear a whole section out of it to lay a concrete pipe or something underneath. And then they repave that section, and there goes all the smoothness, because now you got this weird divot or bump or whatever going on. It's just, I never understood the logic behind it. You spend all this money to put this thing down. I would imagine you spent some time, setting it up. So why hasn't, anyone thought about, oh hey, we also need to do this, so why don't we, put this in plan and dig the hole, put the pipe in, and then worry about the road. I'm sure there's a reason. I'm just hoping it's not the reason I'm thinking, and it's just to make more money on everyone's side. I'm really genuinely hoping that it's because of, some kind of, I don't know. I don't think there really is. I'm pretty sure it's just so that the company has to come back and spend more man hours on the contract to get paid more, essentially, and just, don't know, it's aggravating. We spend so much on taxes. The least they could do is, you know, cut some of this red tape out and, you know, be more efficient. Alright, so now I'm on Market Street in York. This is kind of the suburbs area. In about a mile, not even that, we'll start coming up to strip malls and all the other stuff. A place called Fuddruckers that I've never been there, never even heard of it really, and I don't remember it being here when I used to live here back in the early 2000s. I think it's a new thing, but there it is on the right. Whatever. But yeah, so this is York. Nothing spectacular. But the difference between here and Seattle, other than obviously, you know, a million skyscrapers and all that, there's also, at least on the surface value, when you drive into here, yeah, stuff looks a little bit older and more run down a little bit. You know, it's a more, yeah, it's a more rustic town, but everything seems to go a little slower, a little less stressful. Big difference, you see more SUVs and trucks here because it's more rural areas, whereas in Seattle, I would say at least 30% of the cars are Priuses. You also don't see a lot of public transit, except for we have a few here. They're called Rabbit Transit. Technically, we have one over here on our left. But we just don't have that many here because it's just, we don't have enough infrastructure to really support that. Even though the need could be, you know, squashed with it. I would imagine we could probably use a couple more, but the city's kind of sprawled out. Not like, you know, Seattle where, you know, you could have 6 buses on the same route and all of them would have at least half a bus full. So we're here at Walmart now. But you also don't see a lot of homeless people. Just because we don't really have as much, yet again, as much infrastructure to support something like homeless shelters and stuff like that. Plus, we really just, I mean, at least I don't see them. I would imagine we do. Any city would probably have a certain percentage of homelessness. But we also don't have as big of a, I should say, blatant, I would say. I guess that's the best word. Blatant drug addiction here. Yes, we have, I would imagine, a certain percentage here as well for all the different types of drugs. But yeah, that's about it for now. I'll update you guys later. And please comment on what you guys liked, and see you guys later.